Hello, and welcome back to RPGs with High School Students, where we are playing Castles and Crusades. We will briefly go around and do introductions, starting on the left with Harris.
My name is Harris. I am playing Ragnavaldr Skvadi. I am a Kroni Druid from as far north as you can go.
I'm Lee. I'm playing Amina Zarkov. I'm a fighter, Suenist Lake and River, and I really like climbing trees.
Hi, I'm Connor. I'm playing Viktor Ruhl, a Araki Illusionist, and a follower of Savak.
I'm Fen. I'm playing Veshadro. I'm a Suenist rogue who loves talking to birds.
Fantastic. So, here's where we left off. You guys had quite a bit of things going on post-supper, where you discovered quite a bit of stuff. You actually spent a fair amount of time talking with Musaf, and after kind of determining that you had discussed things with him and learned things from him, you were going to retire for the evening. And that's when things went sideways.
Oh yeah!
Because you went outside. You
did.
Specifically.
I did.
Veshadro went outside and discovered that pesky blackbird.
I love that bird.
However, the blackbird seemed to want to communicate something to you.
Yep.
I'm not going to recap the entire episode, but let's just say you guys discovered a little more than you thought you would.
Things you may know.
Concerning
more than we wanted to
things
know.
and people and birds and familiars and other people and other factions and other competing interests, all of which left you spinning as you went to sleep.
Yup.
And now you wake up. It's the next morning. What wakes you up? I'll tell you. The sound of people talking downstairs, plates clinking, and the smell of breakfast. That's what wakes you up.
Yeah!
So you want to go downstairs?
I'm already downstairs.
Oh god.
The waft of smoking meat and hearty stew and fresh baked bread is calling to you.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay.
Can
I guess we're going
grab Viktor just for a second before we go down
Yes.
for breakfast?
What's up?
Oh, I should mention there's no bird in your room. When you
I
guys went to
expected
bed, that bird was definitely on the little table in your room, and it's not anymore.
What was his name again?
Jaquan.
Jaquan.
How could you forget Jaquan?
You know what's awesome?
Didn't wanna
Playing
say it
D&D
wrong.
with Fen is like playing D&D with Dory. You remember Dory?
I love Dory!
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it
I
wrong.
just realized that that's basically.
I'm
what
also the note taker, which makes
which
this
is
worse.
Well, but that's good though, because then you have notes to like. Dory couldn't take notes.
No, she couldn't.
Dory
'cause
does
she
not
was,
have thumbs.
She was a blue fish.
All right, so you wanted to pull Viktor aside.
Yeah, just for some questions.
So Veshadro is out the door like, breakfast. Runs downstairs.
No.
You pull Viktor aside.
Yeah, how can I help you?
Random question.
Okay.
I was just wondering, so, wait, out of character, do we already know that he is a worshiper of Savak?
Yes.
That you know.
Okay.
What
I just
you
wanted to make
discovered
sure. I
when
just
you
wanted
were
to make
asleep
sure.
and still had your eyes closed was something about him casting
Yeah, I
spells.
just wanted to make sure that's what we knew.
And I have no
So
idea.
I know you are a believer of Savak, but
Yes.
are you like some kind of priest or just?
I don't know. I'm getting visions.
So here's the thing. Go ahead and make an intelligence roll because you're a Suenist and you've traveled. There's something contextually that you might know.
Nice.
6.
Yeah. So you know that there are druids who are considered holy people, but not necessarily part of like organized religious practices or institutions. And then that there are priests and priestesses and monks who are all kind of parts of institutions, organizations that are religious in nature. He doesn't look like either one of those things. He doesn't look like, you know, a priest of a specific or of a multi-pantheon faith, and he also doesn't look like a druid.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to know. That was all. We can go to breakfast now.
Why'd you ask? Did you even ask anything? You just kind of pulled me aside and said,
I asked if you were a priest, and you said
I don't
maybe.
think so. Yeah, that's all you want to know.
Yeah, that was all I wanted to know.
Okay. I just walk away.
Okay. And so you do. Breakfast is fantastic.
Yeah!
There are several people there early. It's pretty early. But there are, you know, other patrons in the inn who are down there having breakfast.
I'm up. I'm
as well as some like
socializing.
townsfolk. And, you know, looks like some people who are like having their breakfast at the inn before they go off to start their day.
I love this. I'm gonna like socialize. Just be like, how's everyone doing?
Okay.
Fine early morning.
Vesh, we don't have time, remember?
I have time to eat.
You are awake.
We don't have time to socialize.
I can multitask.
Is anyone else going to have food?
I'm gonna take food, but like I'm
grab,
gonna make
like,
a sandwich
to go
with a
back.
bunch of
I'm
food.
gonna grab
and
like
then
a
we're- so we can
roll,
take
and
it
I'm
to
just
go.
gonna start eating it, and we're just
I
gonna
love
grab Vesh,
breakfast
and we're gonna go.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of grab some food. You are checking out at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
2 silver pieces per person. The innkeeper thanks you and hopes
Thank
that
you.
you'll return to the humble village of Umfleek at some point in time.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't find it. How many hit points do we recover after a long?
1.
1 hit point? Okay.
I'm going to give you guys 2 hit points of recovery because of several reasons. Number 1, you had nice, cozy, comfortable beds. You also had the benefit of consuming some special herbal remedies to boost your healing. Okay, so everybody grabs or eats some breakfast. Now what?
We're going. We're
Go to
leaving.
Tenzin immediately.
Is it still in my boot?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna look at it real quick just to make sure it's still exactly how it is.
Still there?
The evil.
Nice.
Did you put your boot on with thing in it?
Yup.
Feels like you're wearing
my
an
gosh.
extra damp, slimy sock.
Perfect.
So you guys have horses
Yeah.
Yes. We all have
Yeah.
horse.
in the stables?
Yes.
So you're going to get your horses and then you're going to ride over to
Yeah.
Tenzin's?
Yes.
Okay, you go around the corner towards the stables.
Don't take them.
You don't see, what you don't see is the Varda,
The what?
The cart?
his
the wagon.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like
It's fine. It's fine.
We have to call him for now. I don't think we should.
We assume the
anything.
best and we continue what we were going to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where's Tobert? I need to find my horse.
Okay, you guys go to the stables.
Yes.
I still haven't
Stable
named
boy is
my
there.
horse.
He's like, are you leaving this morning?
Yes.
Yup.
Oh, okay. He's like, yeah, I remember your horses. One moment, and he goes out and he starts to bring the horses out, like one at a time. He, hands the reins to you.
Tobert.
You notice that your horses have been brushed. They look pretty clean.
They look pretty.
And he, hands the reins to you, and he's like,
I'll slide him 5 copper.
he's like, oh, thank you.
But of course.
He proceeds to do this. Brings your horse. Looks brushed and nice and clean, well fed.
I give him a silver to say for all of us.
He's like, oh, thank you. Thank you, kind sir.
Come on.
He goes off and brings you the other horses.
You just had to flex.
No, I did.
All right.
I feel like wasting.
You guys have your horses.
What are your guys' horses named again?
Tobert.
Swain.
Okay.
Swain?
Swain.
I
Tobert.
don't have a name for mine yet.
What does
It'll
it
come to
look
you.
like?
I thought we had names given to us by the.
Yeah.
We probably did, but I don't remember.
Scandal.
I didn't think he'd make it this far.
Yeah, you did say that.
That's real.
I remember
He is an
saying
old
that.
horse.
Might as well
Anyway.
I'm saddling up. Let's go.
All right, you
going.
guys hop on your horses and start to ride west out of town.
Sure.
And shortly thereafter, passing a few farms, you see the cottage and homestead of Tenzin.
Yay.
Is
Tenzin
the
Towers.
cart?
You do see like smoke coming out of the chimney, so it looks like
Tenzin.
he's awake.
Okay.
There is no cart. No,
Okay.
Awesome.
you don't see anyone's cart.
Yay.
Were we followed on the way here, by the way? I wanted to ask that actually.
Were you followed?
Were we followed?
You look over your shoulders in both directions and don't see anyone following.
Yay. I'm
Okay.
gonna knock on the door.
You knock on the door. A moment
Yeah.
later, the door is opened. It is Tenzin. He is fully dressed.
Nice.
You notice that he smiles at you and welcomes you. He says, I will be ready in just one moment. Let me get my bag and my walking stick.
Nice.
He goes over and
Walking stick?
you notice that he grabs like a sturdy looking, weathered but sturdy leather backpack.
I'll offer him my horse.
He's got like a bedroll on it, and he's like, "Oh, my child, I will have my horse. It is fine."
Oh, okay.
I enjoy.
He grabs a tall, basically like a quarterstaff. Looks like it's very old, sturdy looking, and as he's leaving, he steps over the threshold of his door. He closes the door and he puts his hand on the wooden, the thing that goes above the door. I forgot what it's called now.
Threshold?
Yes, the
Door
threshold. And he puts his hand on it, and you hear him just like whispering prayers, and then he takes his hand down. He walks around the corner to the smallish outbuilding, and a moment later comes out with his horse. His horse also looks like it has traveled a lot.
Nice.
It is old.
The horse has tattoos.
Maybe.
No,
if it's been with him for so
He
long.
gets onto his horse, and he says, "Shall we travel then?"
Yes.
Let's do it. Can
Very
he
good.
smell what's in my shoe?
He doesn't seem to notice anything in particular.
Probably just thinks you have really stinky feet.
Perfect. That was my
He
plan.
looks
all
back
along.
over his shoulder towards the east. You guys still, the sun is pretty low in the sky as it's rising, and he begins heading south.
I kind of I whisper to everybody else, and I say, should we just tell them?
We'll tell him later.
Okay. About which?
So he
Oh, yeah.
looks like he knows what direction he's going in, so he kind of
Okay.
is up, in front.
Sit south.
But you are riding, you're not on a road. It's just like open land. So however you want to ride in whatever formation you want is up to you, because there isn't a road.
I want to follow, I think, kind of farther from him if everyone else was going closer, and then I'm gonna try to keep an eye out for any dangers around us.
Okay. You're gonna go.
No, I'm just like kind of, because I imagine we're kind of going in a line.
Yeah, you
I'm
could
just-
go in a line.
I kind
You
of just
could-
want to be like at the end.
Okay, so you're sort of in the back. Lee?
I want it to probably be not the farthest, but like in that little section where I'm like almost the farthest, but not actually. But
Okay,
for a
so-
little though, I wanted to lag behind and ride the side by side with Ragnar for a
So
little
if
talk.
he's up front, he's first. You're fifth, you're fourth. Okay.
I'll be third.
Okay.
I guess I'm right next to him.
All right. So
Well,
you're not
like-
right behind him, but right next to him.
Yeah, sure. We'll chat.
I'd also like to keep.
He's-
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd also like to keep an eye out, as well as Ragnavaldr, just to have a second pair of eyes.
Okay. You are riding up with him, and it's silent for like the first 20 minutes.
Nice.
Unless you bring up something. He's just kind of riding silently. After a while, he says, "How was your night of sleep?"
Why do I get to be?
I'm
Yes,
looking
you-
back at all of you to
He
be
says,
We found out that a map we carry may have more of the old text that we are looking to decipher. It was revealed by candlelight. I did not know it was there until last night.
This is good, I suppose.
I suppose too. I can't make it out, but
Well, if it is in your keeping, then we will discover more about it.
Ish.
Do you know what community? Where do you think the Suenist come from? Like, do you think we have a place of origin?
We are from nowhere and everywhere. Our people have traveled over the whole world. Our people knew the shipping lanes before the people of Arakazein even knew that there were other continents. We are an ancient traveling people. Some say that the gods whispered on the wind, that Yasekog told us the winds to follow, and that Shaes-Jol showed us the ways in the water. I do not know if there is one single place from where our people came.
Worth a
But
shot.
it has always been, as far as my ancestors can say, that we have no home, and yet everywhere is our home.
Oh, that's fair. Have you heard of a family that has been... What are the words?
Take time.
Thank you.
Banished.
Has been banished from the entire community? More than just one member?
Yes. It is not very common, but this has happened amongst our people. Those who seriously violate the laws of our culture, our codes, they can be banished.
Do you know of any that may have connections with the Horde?
Sometimes when families have been banished from our community, they fall upon hard times because now they are Suenist, who do not often fit in with normal society. And then to not be Suenist. They are people who are in between. They are people who have no people who have no home. And sometimes they turn to crimes and to vicious misdeeds in order just to survive.
Oh, that's fair.
Do you know about this place? I've heard about it recently, but I haven't ever looked into it, and it kind of just confused me for a little bit. It's called Caminos.
It's also known as the Medusa Isle, if you've heard of that.
He laughs. He's like, yes, of course.
Okay.
He says, when I was young, and like a child, this was the source of many stories that elders would tell us around the campfires. You know, you must behave or you will be sent off to the Medusa Isle. This sort of thing. It's like fairy tale mythology.
Player to players. Did we tell about Musaf yet?
hey, I'm not the talking guy. Your call.
I would say we could.
That's
He's
why
a-
I didn't really mention it. I'm
Yeah.
also like just asked about.
I think you guys are being really cagey for no reason.
Yeah, I
It's my
agree.
personal opinion. It's what's he gonna do? Go, how could you ever talk to a demon? Like, what? It's there's a demon.
Yeah.
It's we took a thing from it.
I was gonna ask him about Nilo.
Tell him whatever you want.
Okay.
Ask him whatever you want. I'm not saying anything.
Tell him, because it
You
can't
could
hurt.
just tell him.
It would probably help after, actually.
True.
Okay.
All right, go nuts.
Have you heard of, get the actual entire name right, Musaf Finoop? Finoop?
A Finoop is a type of is the type of thing he is.
Well, that's what he introduced us to us as. How he introduced himself as. Yes.
Oh, he did.
Do you know him?
Did you say Finoop?
Finoop.
He's
I know what is a Finoop.
a type of demon.
It is not really a demon. It is. How to explain it, Finoop? If you were to say it is like a demon, has some of the blood of a demon, this would be closer.
Okay.
But it is not a full demon.
So it is like a demons in your ancestry kind of thing?
Yes, or you are cursed.
Not fun. So apparently this Musaf is his ancestor is Nezrak, if you've heard of
You
him.
say Musaf.
Musaf. He says that he is...
Was this name Musaf or Musfa?
The second one.
Musfa?
Musf. It was Musf. It's like
Musf.
Musf.
the second vowel was
Musf.
really short.
Yeah. You guys did say that. it was
Musf. Finoop.
Musf. Fine, yeah.
You met such a thing.
Why?
Where?
In the tavern. In...
In Umflink?
Yep.
You met this thing.
Yes.
How did it appear?
Is it
As
Pale.
Suenist? No, he was a pale. He was
I
Suenist.
thought it was pale.
Well,
He had
the
some nice
interesting thing
custom
about that is he
acoustic.
was very pale, but he had black curly hair and also a mark, and
He-
claimed to be a Suenist and spoke your language without any accent. He says, this is not a common thing. This is not a true name. Do you understand what true name is?
Yes.
This is a false name, but if he claimed this name, it means he is a greater one. To translate this directly would be to say a lord demon.
Well.
And it is now concerning to me because you have asked many questions, some of which I know answers to and others I do not. And you asked these questions because you spoke with this Lord Finoop?
We didn't give him much. And we also spoke with a...
Did you show him what the scroll is
No.
that you brought?
No.
He also doesn't know about you.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
We also spoke with some sort of mage.
We
almost,
spoke with a bird.
Nilo.
who had a familiar.
His master was
He
Nilo.
says, I do not understand. What do you mean? A mage, a familiar?
It was a raven that was able to communicate with us in an intelligent way. And it was also said that its master was able to look through its eyes, and its master was trapped somewhere and did not say where.
It sounds like I think it sounded like witchcraft to
He
me,
did
but
say
We
it's
don't know
true.
that.
Oh,
This does sound like witchcraft, but
He
I
was-
do not know what the connection is between the Finoop.
He was keeping an eye on him, making sure he didn't do anything terrible, I think.
The bird was the one that warned us about the nature of what a Finoop is in the first place. If not for the raven, we would have perhaps trusted the man, what we thought was the man, too much.
And I bumped Vesh. So Vesh found this,
I reach into my boot.
and he had this in his cart.
I know it smells
that
bad.
looks like the skin of man.
Yeah.
I believe it is.
It's fairly freshish too.
He doesn't touch it, but
Yeah.
he looks at it, and he
I'll make it easier for him to read.
says,
Without touching it.
Arakazein, Neshrak,
Oh.
Sajit, Gut.
I don't understand these two. Out of everything,
The Gut, they are a species. They are small, and they live in the mountains. They are an ancient people of Arakazein.
what do they have to do with?
I don't know because I cannot read all of this text, but I think I see some of the words. I can recognize. I cannot understand much of this, but Sajit, they are very strange, very rare creatures from the time of the Demon Wars.
We were hoping that it could be translated along with the other two that we have.
If the gods will it for me to understand and gain discernment of the ancient tongue through this ritual, I'm assuming I would be able to read all of these. But it would seem that you have acquired more of these pieces than the original scroll, which was provided to you, Viktor. I am wondering now if perhaps there are others who are seeking these.
I suspect the Finoop was seeking them, considering his possession of that one. The Finoop, the bird also told us that the Finoop had some past relation to Neshrak, the
Some distant
Dark
relative.
Lord, and we know for almost certain that the Finoop has been working with the horde of the Ordur and the bandits. He has the same symbol, the skull with the snake skeletons coming out of it on his chest. They're working together. He has been the one who has been telling them to go to places and gather papers and all writing, and I suspect, and I hold my map, I think he was looking for things like this, which have the writing secretly imprinted onto it. That is why
You're holding up the map in daylight though, so he's like, I will trust that.
Writes by candle.
Yes.
But I suspect that he's been ordering the horde, or telling the horde to gather all the papers and maps and documentation of any kind, because he's looking for a writing like this that is hidden on them. So
This would seem to be a believable reason.
This also wasn't the only piece that was in his wagon,
but the bird told us the rest was just the rest of the corpse.
possibly. But I also don't know if the bird had gone.
I think the bird was keeping a good eye. They can see in the dark.
True. So, yeah.
Many things have you discovered. I am concerned that you interacted with a Lord Finoop.
I am too. It's very scary.
They cannot be trusted, even though some would say that not all of the Finoop are evil. I have had no personal experience with them. But I do not trust them. We should continue to make haste and find the pool.
Sure. Let's do it.
You guys travel for 15 miles, heading south and then west. And as you are starting to head west, you are coming into kind of rocky sort of foothills. It becomes very topographically interesting. Like you kind of go up over these hills and then you go down, and it kind of turns into a ravine for a while. And you ride around, and there's occasionally these little streams that you kind of cross, and then you go up a rocky hill and then down another hill. And in the distance you see kind of 3 larger, I want to say mountains, but really they're not like soaring up into the clouds kind of mountains. They're just really big hills. And you are heading in that direction. Everybody roll a d20.
Oh Lord.
Time to fight ants. Ooh.
19.
13.
10.
9.
Okay. You see, as you're coming up to a hill, a stone that is about 6 feet in diameter, so about 3 foot radius. And it looks to be old, and it's kind of at the top of the hill, embedded in the earth. There's like moss and stuff on it. And you feel like you would have probably just passed by this in any other moment, but you notice that there is some kind of like etching, some runes like in the stone. It is very eroded, to be clear, like weathered, as if it's been there for a very long time.
I see. I kind of look over at it, and I kind of just. I really want to stop looking at it.
Do we want to go look at that?
I want to.
Well, you're right by it because you're literally going over this hill.
Is it on our way?
Yeah, you just came up to it. So you
Yeah.
guys are all like 10 feet away from this thing.
Yeah, walk
and you're
over.
kind of at the top of this particular hill.
We're going to stop for a second and look at these writings. This won't be long.
I sit down by the rock and pull up my book, start writing down, like I literally draw the rock real quick, and then I write down the runes. And I had this. Wait, did I prepare this one? I did. I want to cast a spell, but I want to make sure I have the right spell. So, anybody else?
Are the runes in a legible language, or is it like?
Or do they
Is
match
it-
this?
They match that.
Ah.
There's only, actually there's only 5 letters.
What is it? Is it spelling anything?
It looks like V U N C T. However, you're not sure if the V is a V or if it's a U, and you're not sure if the U is a U or a V. So it looks like VUNCT.
Okay. On a mossy rock.
Oh my God, you guys! Stop being 10. All right. So, do you? All right. Do you do anything? As I said, this looks very old, very eroded
It's
from
like a-
weather.
Can I?
It's like a one rock, or is it like?
It is. It's not just like a rock.
Yeah, is it
like
like
it's like somebody specifically poured this, or carved or sculpted this circular stone disc and placed it here, and it has these 5 letters like etched into it.
Do I know of things like this, where like a stone circle that has some sort of religious purpose that people put in the wilds?
You know what? That's a good. Make an intelligence roll.
While someone's being smart, hold that
Ooh.
thought. Let me be stupid. I want to see if I can try to like feel along specifically the V and the U to see if there's like a pointed to the V or the U, or if it's more rounded.
Excellent. You do, and you brush away some of the like moss.
Yeah.
It is clearly a V
Okay.
and clearly a U.
Can I brush off the rest of it then,
Yeah.
just in case?
Yep.
6.
Is there any other letters that show up?
There are no other letters.
16.
This looks like some kind
17. Sorry.
of some kind of marker,
Oh.
and people who are from the south sometimes bury their dead. Sometimes they burn them, like northerners do, in funeral pyres. But sometimes southerners bury their dead in the earth for some weird reason that doesn't make any sense to you. Because why would you do that?
It's very
But
disrespectful.
you know that they do, and sometimes they have stones that mark where those burials are.
This might be a burial mound. I don't know.
We find a lot of burial places.
It's best not to disturb it.
Yeah.
I do not want to have to fall. I don't want to fall in again and have to stop you guys from raiding a tomb.
Yeah, that was fun.
For
Well,
you.
We're good
you
here.
wrote the things down?
I got everything.
We're off.
Let's keep going.
All right, you continue. Delving further west as you are seeking this pool that is supposed to be somewhere in this area. You are going down between two hills, kind of towards a low area. You see that there's like a small running stream of like fresh water. And you notice that there are little caves, like, and by little I mean like the opening to these caves is only like 2 feet. But there are about 20 of these like holes around the base of these hills that are like 2 feet
No.
around.
Does it look like the anthole again? I can only do this once.
No.
Okay. Wait, isn't there a thing with tiny creatures? Didn't we?
It's like the movie Holes.
No. There was.
way.
They don't look like they've been excavated. Like you don't see like, they look like they've been here for a while.
Oh, okay. Never mind. then.
Let's. I don't think we need to stop here.
We should just keep going.
Is there like fur or anything nearby any of these? Like, is there like a noticeable
Yes.
like creature thing? Ooh, like what?
Well, I mean, if you examine, go ahead and make a wisdom roll.
These things are 2 feet wide at the very least.
Shh, I want to know what lives here. What if it's a
Don't.
bird again?
What if it's a big creature that we have to protect you
Thoughts
from again?
on a 4.
Fish is gonna get eaten by a murder.
You
gopher.
find some little
Yep.
tufts of fur, but you're not sure what kind of creature.
I'll stash it in my bag and then ask the others.
Let's get going.
You keep going.
I'm gonna show them the fur and be like, do we know
Alright.
what this is?
As you're going through this little ravine, you pass the area with the holes. It turns to the left between two hills, and then it looks like it continues.
So are we like,
Tenzin is riding, but you notice that he's like very cautiously, like kind of looking up above, and he goes around the corner.
I'm also.
That's when you need to make a roll.
I need to make a roll?
Yep.
Oh.
You just made a roll, and you need to make a roll.
Guys, we're so special.
Because you're in front.
Just to be clear for the audience at home, everybody, I rolled a 2 for Tenzin, and Fen rolled a 1.
Oh! How did we get here, guys?
Hold on, let me open up these different dice so that I know the difference between the thing that's about to attack you and the thing that is and the person who is Tenzin. Oh, a 19. That's not good. Would you like to roll whose fate this is? Pick a 6-sider.
Okay.
Please
1,
be you.
2,
Please
3
be
is
Vash.
you. 4, 5, 6 is Tenzin.
Okay.
It's Tenzin.
No! I feel bad. He actually has
Superb.
knowledge.
Roll 3d4 for me.
Ooh, I know how dice work.
All right, you're too slow. Roll
Yeah.
3d4 for me, quickly.
His ass might be dead.
2, 4, 4.
10.
That's a lot. That is
no.
an incredible amount.
I'm very good at rolling dice.
Good roll,
Ouch.
Connor.
Oh no, Connor, you needed to roll terribly.
A large stone hits Tenzin and knocks him off of his horse.
Oh
He cries out in pain. You're pretty sure you heard some bone cracking.
Oh.
And that's where you hear this sound. It's a very low voice, and it just like echoed through. And as you come around the corner, you see a big giant wearing like the skins of multiple animals, and he has like a huge tree branch
Did
in his
he-
left hand and a pile of rocks on the ground next to him.
Did he just talk in Rogaru?
Everybody roll initiative.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Please. Oh, why are you looking for?
Mr. Allen, did he just talk in Rogaru?
I'll let you
Okay.
discern that in a moment.
To say 16.
All right, 16 for Fen,
18 for me.
Hey. Check it out.
18 for Connor.
I got a. Do you add anything to initiative?
Dex.
Oh, Dex.
I got a
Okay,
20.
thank you.
Oh.
20?
Yep, 19 plus 1.
Look at this.
I got a nat 1, so 2.
Queek wow.
Wait. Why did I write things terribly? I'm so confused.
Oh, I'm so
My
done.
dice didn't even roll.
I'm
Just
so screwed.
landed
Okay.
flat on the one.
I'm gonna go heal Tenzin. You guys have to deal with the giant.
Dirty,
The giant got a
dirty
5.
20 if we're including Dex.
I mean, it's your time to shine.
Well, with me, with my
Okay,
nat
I'll
one.
put you.
It's your time to shine.
I'll put you first.
Shine no matter
because
what.
It makes sense.
Okay.
All right, so you just saw this happen. Tenzin got knocked off of this horse. The game is afoot. This giant is 30 feet away from you. Now you're on a horse, so if you wanted to engage it in melee combat, you could ride forward. Go ahead.
Counteroffer. Are there rocks nearby?
There's rocks all over the place. You're in
Great.
foothills.
I'm going to use the sling I have with 30-foot range. And
So you're getting off your horse and getting a rock and firing your sling.
Don't you have a magic stone from me?
I do.
There you go.
It's not magic anymore.
You have
It's
a
still,
rock.
use
it's
it.
still a stone, so I don't have to get off
so
my
you
horse.
all right, go ahead.
I'm going to do that. What do I do?
So you're going to make an attack roll,
Okay.
and then you're going to add in your.
Does an 18.
An 18's definitely going to hit.
Okay.
So you need to fill in a lot of those blanks. You have a
I
base
really
to hit,
do.
and then you have your dex modifier. Roll your damage.
Okay.
It's 1d2. Go ahead.
What's a D2?
It's flip a coin, or roll a d6. 4, 5, 6 is 2.
Okay.
You do 1 hit point of damage. Well done.
Yay. Okay. It's something.
Okay. Now we're at Harris.
I'm going to ride up to Tenzin.
Okay, you ride up to Tenzin.
He's on the ground.
He's on the ground.
I want to get off my horse.
Oh, you know what? Connor, roll me a d20. I just need to see if the horse flees.
17?
It doesn't.
We're nice to our horses.
I'm jumping off my horse,
Yeah.
and I'm landing next to Tenzin, and I want to cast Cure Light Wounds on him,
Excellent.
so he's not dying. Oh, 7.
That is superb.
Super.
So I'm gonna hold my hands. I'm gonna do. Please, Rom, don't let this man die. I really need him to know what's going on. Please, please. I'm just gonna.
He's like, oh,
Put some
thank
magic
you,
to him.
my son.
Cool.
Connor,
I'm gonna. Yeah.
what does Viktor do? You have about, let's see, you were in the middle, so you have about 15 feet
yeah.
just to ride up to the bend where they all are.
Okay, I go there.
Yeah.
Got a spell.
I'm on 30 feet.
You see a giant, yes.
And you go 5 more feet. And I take a rock and I throw it at him.
Okay.
Nice.
I cast Daze.
Nice.
Make an intelligence save?
Okay.
1 second. Yeah, intelligence.
That is probably the best spell for you to use.
What's my DC again? What'd you roll?
He has a -2 because he's a dumb giant. So he has an 8,
Wait,
which I'm pretty sure is a fail. So what is the
Oh,
effect
right.
of daze?
He doesn't do anything
That's next turn.
until the end of my next turn.
Okay, that's well played. It is now. Is that broken if someone does damage to him?
Nope.
It's Tenzin's turn. He pulls himself up and he says, "Fight or flee."
Flee,
He
Let's
gets on his
go.
horse.
please.
Oh.
The giant is dazed.
Yes.
It is Lee's turn.
Okay. I heard everyone saying we're gonna flee, correct?
I'm the
Okay.
only one that said it.
Well, I mean, like, assuming this is a
Connor.
whole giant.
Yes.
Daze only works on humanoid creatures.
Isn't this a humanoid creature?
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
sure.
Okay.
It's a giant.
He looks
Yeah,
human.
Harris.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know if it's like D&D where giants are giants and not humanoids.
Under the assumption that we're probably going to flee, I'm not going to get off my horse, but instead I'm going to take out my short bow that I have. Hold on a minute, what is actually the distance with a short bow? Is it just depending on how well I
If
aim?
you ride up to the bend where you can see him, you're within range.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna ride up to the bend where I can see him. This is going to be like a wild shot, but I don't know if I want to try to shoot him in one of his
Just shoot the
eyes, or
giant.
just shoot.
Just shoot the giant.
Okay, I'm gonna end up shooting with the bow. Oh my god, that's a 6. No, yeah, 6.
Pew. The arrow flies off, minus it off permanently.
Yeah.
It shatters up against a rock. And then, top of the order, you.
We leaving?
Yes.
Because if so,
So the question is, you could either try to ride past the dazed giant in the direction you were going, or you could go back out this ravine the same way that you came in. And then you'll have to find another way around.
I think we can rush past it.
I agree.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
none of the holes look like they're about to house this thing.
Oh no, those are
So
very
it's-
small.
It's not the giant's house.
Hey.
Let's keep going past it.
You ride past.
Yeah.
Okay, it's staring out blankly. You ride past it.
Yep.
Harris.
I don't know if it can hear me when it's dazed, but I'm gonna yell in Rogaru. Giant, your business is not with us. We are not easy quarry. Please leave us alone. And then I'm going to ride past. I'm gonna get on my horse and ride past him.
Okay, you ride past him. Connor.
He's no longer dazed.
I throw another rock at him.
Why are you
Wait,
throwing rocks now?
What?
Why are you still throwing rocks?
Because these two, I don't think these
Are
two
you
know yet.
re-dazing him?
Yes.
Okay.
And I run past him.
You successfully run past him.
Amazing.
Tenzin also will ride past.
Great.
Oh, sorry. I'm also gonna end up riding past just to follow with everyone. I'm not fighting this thing alone.
Okay. As you guys ride past him, you notice that the ravine kind of opens up into this low kind of plateau between these foothills. And you see discarded bones of like goats, and you see piles of poo, which presumably are the giant's poo. You see a larger cave opening that looks like it's about 10 feet tall and 8 feet wide. You see a campfire, and you see a boar roasting on that campfire. As you pass through this kind of communal lowlands, you see that the stream that was flowing through this ravine kind of terminates in a small like watering hole, and you see another giant sitting by that watering hole washing his hands.
Oh no.
And like he looks like he was the one cooking the boar, and he turns and sees you guys riding. This is a dead end. It's like a cul-de-sac. So
Oh no.
you guys ride into this dead end, and the giant looks confused, and he's like,
I got this.
as this group of like 5 people on horses rides into this. We're just gonna continue initiative. So you're up, Fen.
I want to try to talk to it.
To be clear, you as a human could probably climb out of this ravine, climbing the rocks. There's no way a horse can climb up these rocks. I just wanted you to understand the circumstances. Or you could turn around and ride back past the dazed giant.
Oh god.
How bad would it be if I got off my horse, climbed up, and tried to signal my horse to go the other, like back the way we came?
You could try that. Whether your horse responds to that or understands it is another story.
Should we make a game plan or just go with turn by turn?
You have 30 seconds to make a decision.
I think Harris's idea.
It's not my turn. It's Fenn's.
Okay, I'm gonna hop off my horse as calmly as possible and just be like, we meant to do this. Can I get close to the water without getting too close to the other giant?
Sure.
I'm just gonna lead it to water and be like, yep, this was our plan. We're here to water our horses.
I'm gonna let you make a charisma roll.
Am I good at charisma?
Brother.
I'm okay at charisma, guys.
Oh my god.
Put your islands back up.
That's on an 8.
Well, Harris, it's your turn.
I'm gonna say in Rogaru, I'm gonna go. We have a friend. We do not mean harm. We are passing through. We do not want fighting. We are not food. I'm
Roll
saying
a
it
D6.
in my biggest
a 1, 2, or
bellow.
3 is what the success parameters are on the D6.
I'm saying I'm
Having
doing it
you
in
roll
my.
for the giant. Roll a D6.
Got it, come on.
Obey me.
2. Do my
It
biggest
seems to be
voice.
understanding part of what you're saying. By the way, this is not a Rogaru,
I know.
but it seems to be understanding parts of
they
what you're saying.
spoke in a language before, it's like I don't know any other languages that giants speak, so I made an assumption.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay.
Make a charisma roll. I'm going to give you, because you said this in this language and because the giant understood possibly 30% of what you said, I'm going to say that you get a +2 to this roll.
Please be a nat 20.
10.
So 12.
All right.
So 10.
Oh.
I add my numbers
It's
before I say
listened
the
to
number.
you and remains currently neutral. Connor, you're up.
We have to back out of the ravine. The rock. No, we're gonna go.
Please blow all your spell slots on dazing
We
everyone.
need to go back the other way.
Okay. I just start like not exactly leisurely, but I get out. I go back, and I leave.
Casually
Okay.
hauling it.
As
Really
you turn
hauling it.
around going back towards the first giant, you notice the first giant's turning around. He is no longer dazed. Tenzin, seeing the situation that you're in Suenist yells, "Flee this ravine!" And he starts riding back.
Okay.
I don't know what he said, but I agree.
Let's go! No!
A rock comes sailing through the air. Towards you. But it radically misses and goes off course and actually smashes up against one of
killed
the
me.
walls.
Mr. D4 hit point.
I could have died.
How much health do you
Lee,
have?
you're up.
12. It's a low chance that
If
I could die.
if I ride back, will I be able to move fast enough past the giant?
Well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, you just saw a rock sail past him. So
So maybe.
that other giant is definitely not dazed.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
I mean, you're basically focusing on riding this horse as fast as you can past the other giant.
How many hit points do you have?
33.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm also gonna be using my shield as a way to try to at least somehow block it off.
Okay, so
You know,
you're riding
full rock.
past as best as you can to avoid that giant. Top of the order.
Bye. If we're all leaving, I'm not staying.
You get on your horse to ride away.
Absolutely. It's had a nice one drink of water.
Oh no.
I think Vesh is dead.
It does say 20. Oh
Well,
no.
guys, this has been a great
How much?
episode.
Let me have a D4.
Of course. How much hit points do you have right now, Vesh?
13.
Oh my god.
I don't. That's the same thing in this. I think if you hit 0, you just die.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, that's 8.
6, 8, 11. You take 11 hit points of damage as a boulder crashes into you.
Hey
I'm
guys.
going to have you make a Constitution roll because otherwise you're falling off your horse.
I think okay. Sure. Sure. Yep. I love
Fall off your horse.
yeah.
It is Harris's turn.
Oh, I only have 2 HP,
You
guys.
heard, well, you saw the throw a stone
Vesh gets annihilated.
and knock Vesh off
Flying.
of his horse. So
Gravity.
you hear the sound of Vesh slamming into, actually hitting the water, because you were basically by the water,
Yeah.
splashing
Drowning.
into the water. It's not deep. Splashing into the
I
water.
have skill.
You are in between.
Vesh and the rest of the group.
You're in between the two giants, basically. You're in between the giant camp and the first
How
giant.
far away is that wall?
The wall to, what do you mean?
The wall of the ravine that would be, you said would be
Oh.
possible to climb out?
30 feet.
I could try to grab Vesh, but Vesh is in the water. Could try to go. Okay. I'm gonna go. Oh no! I'm gonna ride up to Vesh, and I'm gonna just try to reach down and grab him, and just try to ride
Make a strength roll.
Did I pass out?
No.
You're-
Oh, okay,
you're up
cool.
there.
Just curious.
Strength roll, that's going to be a 17.
You grab Vesh by the collar and pull them up onto your horse. And now which way are you
I'm going to go with the rest of the party.
Okay.
As hard and fast as I can go.
You are up, Connor.
I don't know what to do.
Are you riding past the original giant?
I think you should ride past it, buddy.
I'm gonna run past it. Don't do this to me.
I am doing this to you.
You can't do this to me.
Do you have a 17 armor class?
No.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I mean, consider this. The damage of the club is not as much as the rock.
Do you think getting hit by a rock counts as an attack from the earth?
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I got a bonus.
That's actually a DM question, not us question.
9 damage. Are you dead?
No, I'm at 3.
Okay.
Oh, it must be nice to be all
So-
the way at 3.
Make a constitution roll.
You?
Make a constitution roll.
What's that?
If he falls off, you have to get him.
16.
You don't fall off your horse. Your whole body hurts though, because the club just slammed you, and it took all of your legs and arms holding onto the reins and squeezing the horse as you ride past. This brings us to Tenzin.
Oh,
I will never be that high again.
my boy.
That was so close to a 20, but it's a 2.
My
As
boy.
Tenzin rides past, following you, he swings his staff out, but misses the giant.
It's okay. Tenzin's still cool.
Giant number 2 misses. Another rock sails past your head. It's your turn.
Oh my god.
You're
We're
riding past.
Yeah, I'm still riding past.
You are clear.
Well, I'm the one with
Top
the
of the
most
order.
HP.
It hurts.
I
like to start off the round by saying, top of the order, Fen, your turn. It hurts.
No way.
Shoot the giant we're trying to get past.
With what?
Do you not have a bow?
Nope.
What do you mean?
You are about to ride past a giant. If
Yep.
you wanted to take a swipe with your sword, you could.
Okay, I'll do that.
Go ahead.
I wrote terribly no notes for, which I'll fix later, eventually.
should have a plus.
It's an 18 hit.
That's a hit. Roll your damage. D6.
1d6. I know numbers. 6.
Oh, look at that. The giant has now taken 7 damage.
And I caused all of it.
You're riding past.
I'm going.
Do you
DPS.
focus on anything other than steering your horse?
Please steer the horse.
I have a thing called Woodland Stride, which allows me to naturally avoid difficult to traverse areas of the land. So I'm kind of focusing on avoiding getting hit by the giants.
Okay, you do.
Okay.
You successfully ride past. Connor.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay. I was panicking.
Kinda big rock.
For the start of your turn, it hurts. Now, what would you like to do?
I run.
You continue to ride past.
Yes.
Right, you have gotten out of the supposed range.
I better have.
Which brings us to Tenzin, who is still riding. Which brings us to Giant.
Don't do it.
What's your armor class?
17 with a shield.
You're like, and you feel like you hear, you don't feel, you hear a rock sail past you, but you continue to ride. And as you guys ride out of that area of the ravine, past the little holes,
Yeah.
you go to an area where you can ascend a hill to get out of that ravine.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we slowed down for a while.
No? All right. I'm going to say that you each have to tell me a direction that you are riding. North, south, east, or west.
Where were we going before?
They're going south.
You were going west,
Yeah. Southwest.
Northwest.
but remember it's not like it's not a road, so you were kind of dipping in and out of these hills.
I go north and then kind of like loop to go northwest.
Okay, so you're kind of leading people You're following?
Yeah, I'm following.
You guys ride for a little while?
We lost a horse.
You did lose a horse. After, I'm going to say 5 minutes? You tell me, 10 minutes?
Sure.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Solid
You have
8.
ridden northwest a ways.
Yep.
I have a healing potion, apparently. I don't know when I got it.
When you guys stop for a breather,
Yeah.
Tenzin says, who are the most wounded appearing? Okay.
Yeah! Power of friendship.
He said, in Suenist, he says, come,
Okay.
receive 8.
Woo!
Do you add something to that?
For first aid?
Yeah. No,
I
for
think it's-
cure.
Oh, cure. No, it's just 1d8. Oh, he's a cleric, right? It's the first level for him.
6.
Nice.
Dude, these purple dice are fire. for
Cure
me.
Light Wounds is the second level spell for me, not a first level one.
Same.
Not a
Does
Oh,
anyone
you're-
have any
'cause
like
you're-
cuts or like bleeding wounds at all?
He's like, not anymore.
You tell him. Not anymore.
I just broke accent. You are well enough to continue traveling.
Are you okay? You got to do
I
that.
am, thanks to your healing.
I have 2 more first aids if anyone
my
needs them.
horse.
But
I was
I'm out
not
of Cure Light Wounds.
anticipating giants to be residing here, but I am also not surprised given the strange turn of events that have happened recently.
I'm also surprised at giants. I don't know what they were speaking.
They were speaking the tongue of their giant.
Oh,
I did not know it myself. but
Nice. What were they speaking? Giant.
They are primitives. They probably could understand pieces of the common tongue, but I think they were speaking their own tongue.
I see.
There may have been more than just 2. It looked like that cave opening was perhaps their residence. We must reorient ourselves so that we can find the center. He's like, give me a few moments. And he's kind of like,
I can figure out where north is real fast.
yes. You basically, I'm just gonna, no rolls necessary. You basically like ride up to like a relatively higher hill. And you, at a certain point, like between Ragnavaldr and Tenzin, you're kind of like looking around and you take about 10 minutes to reorient yourselves. And as he's looking, he's like, I think that we need to ride southwest now for maybe 3 to 5 miles, and then cut back southeast to find the pool.
Sounds good.
I fear that we rode maybe too far north to flee the giants. We must come back.
Sorry.
No, it's better to be alive.
Maybe.
How much hypothetical health do you guys have?
9 out of 15.
10.
You should have more. You didn't add your health for 3rd level.
I'll figure that out later.
Oh man.
So here's what
If I was
happens.
slow.
You guys ride
Yeah.
southwest.
Yeah.
You go down this larger of the 3 big kind of mountains in a winding sort of way. And when you're kind of at the base between the 2 most western mountains, you see to the southeast is kind of a valley in between the 3 mountains. And from the vantage point that you're looking, you can see like there's a small, I don't want to say a lake, but like a pond. You can see this pond, and it's kind of surrounded by like trees, and it looks sort of peaceful and natural, which is sort of an odd thing given the fact that you're in this kind of rocky, sort of sterile sort of area. It looks like a little oasis almost, surrounded by trees. To the south, or sorry, to the mostly just west, however, you see like open land, barren, rocky, and then in the distance, you see like structures, like walls and roofs and
Like a village?
maybe.
Hey, I'm gonna check my map.
You check your map.
Yeah.
There are definitely ruined towns along the western coast, and this could be one of them.
Do I recognize
It does
this?
not have a name on the map.
Do I recognize this from my vision when I walked along the coast?
Maybe.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be... Your vision when you approached it, you saw water to the north and water to the south. This doesn't have water to the north and south, it just has water to the west.
Okay.
What like time of day is it? Like, is it getting late, or are we still pretty early
Oh
into
no,
the day?
it's like late morning.
Oh,
This is
okay.
Remember, you guys left pretty early, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you in total, like, it's maybe like 10 a.m.
This is the place, the pool.
He says, I think that is it. He
And
says,
is-
it looks very peaceful, but we must be careful. I do not know what resides in this area.
It's supposed to do a connection to the divine.
It is said that these waters hold some divine blessing. Many come here for healing.
Would it be alright if I had a drink as well? I don't know how sacred it is.
I do not own this. It is not my decision. You may do as you wish. Let us go.
Let's do it.
So carefully, you kind of descend and start to navigate the route down towards this pond.
Just quickly before we descend, I kind of do a quick like prayer to Savakboku and like, may I drink from these waters?
You feel like if it is meant to be that you should do that. You descend, and about a half an hour later, you are in this valley. You start to pass by some trees. You notice that there's a little more like greenery, like some tall grass, some shrubbery, some bushes. Not the barren kind of area that you'd passed through after you went west from Umflik. You get to this pond, and when I say like dense trees, it's like basically a small ring of a forest around this pond. You get to this pond, and you see just, the sun is now like, it's probably like 11 in the morning, right? Sun is almost overhead, and this pond is just still, like only the ripple of the wind on it. But it looks very clean. As you approach the shore, you see like, it's not deep, at least initially, like the first 10 feet from the shore into the pond is pretty shallow, and the water is just like crystal clear. Like you see like fish in there, and you just see like clean.
Wow. Man, I want to go for a swim.
Tenzin dismounts. He tethers his horse to like the branch of a low tree in the area. And he pulls his bedroll from his backpack, and he kind of goes up to the shore of the water and lays out his bedroll, and he just sits on his bedroll like a mat, and he's just closes his eyes and sits by the water, like listening to it. Just starts like meditating.
I want to just kind of keep watch over the ring of trees, like the edge of the forest, to make sure there's no like things coming out to get Tenzin while he's.
As you
doing his
do that,
meditation.
you notice like you feel a peacefulness in this space. Like you see like squirrels and chipmunks, some like birds, robins and sparrows and stuff like that. You see insects. It just seems to be very like a very alive area.
How far away are the trees from the pond? Or is it like pretty close?
Pretty close. Like you're in the shade of the trees right now.
Oh,
like the
okay.
trees, like literally, some of them, their roots even go into the pond.
Oh, nice.
Like they have like there's a few like weeping willows, where like the branches like hang out over the water, and the wind just gently blows them, and
I
think
like some
no.
dragonflies.
Is there like a little like waterfall almost like doesn't have to be big, but like just like a little waterfall in the pond?
Curiously, you don't see the source of the water. Like it's not like there's like water from these, because these three mountains are not tall mountains like where there's snow melt. So it's not like the water is coming from them. So you assume that perhaps this is spring fed, because you don't see any streams leading into this water. It all just seems to be here.
So we're in the middle of three mountains, right?
You're kind of in the middle of these three small mountains.
Does the sun happen to be between or like above any of these?
Yeah. The sun is just almost overhead, so it's not quite noon.
Just want to make sure.
These are small green mountains. They are not tall mountains that stretch up into the sky and touch the clouds and have snow on the top, to be clear.
Amazing.
We're talking about big hills versus like real mountains.
How
These are
sturdy
not real
are these
mountains.
trees?
How what?
How sturdy are they? Like,
Oh, you climber, you want to climb them.
Yeah, I want to climb
These
a
trees have been
tree.
here for a long time.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up climbing a tree.
You-
I just want to find one to just sit on
climb
and
a
relax.
tree, and as you're sitting on this tree, it doesn't go directly over the water, but it's kind of close to the shore. You just feel like this cool breeze passing through, and you're like you have like two branches that you can lean up against, and then like the branch that you're sitting on is nice and wide, and you just kind of like sit back, and it's just relaxing, and you kind of, a little bit of the sun comes through the branches, and just kind of like you're sort of relaxing, and the sound of the wind through the trees and the branches is wonderful.
It's like air conditioning.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't like how peaceful it is. This is making me nervous.
I like it.
No, I love this.
I think
I could do some foraging if I wanted to go get some food.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Tenzin's going anywhere. He has entered a deep meditation.
If I do foraging,
You see that
someone
he
else
is
needs
breathing.
Someone else needs
But
to make
his
sure he
breathing
doesn't
is like
get-
slow. He's like clearly like,
He's in the zone.
If I go forage, someone else needs to watch over Tenzin.
I mean,
I don't have to
be here.
forage either, so.
I'll be here. I'll keep an eye on him.
Actually, can I go with you?
If you can keep up. I may or may not have a specific ability that does foraging.
Oh,
I'll stay
I think
there.
I'll be able to keep up.
just gonna,
I
like,
think I'll be good.
Like, it's
Okay.
too nice and peaceful. It's off-putting how peaceful this is. So I'm just gonna be pacing. I don't like it. It's weird.
So
you are hungry.
Okay.
You have
well,
rations.
If there, well, that's true.
Okay, so you're kind of in the vicinity where you could see Tenzin still, and you
Yeah.
could see the lake, but you're not. Okay,
For sure.
it's fine. As long as I know roughly where you are, and where are you, Viktor?
I want to be at the pond, not like deep in prayer like Tenzin, because I don't know if Viktor can achieve that, but like praying, kind of like being like hoping for that like connection almost with Savak Boku.
Make a wisdom roll.
Okay.
I'll be like almost between the trees and the pond, so not closer to one or the other, but like middle ground of.
In the shade.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 19. Yep, 19.
You have some revelations about things. Like you feel like this must be a special place. Because again, like it's almost like an oasis. The area that you were in is very barren, very rocky. Not a lot of things grow there. It's not good agricultural soil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yet this place, this little pocket of nature and life exists. You feel like there must be some reason why this is here.
I just sit there, like, kind of ponder that for a while. And after maybe, like, half an hour, if nothing happens in that half an hour, I take a sip from the pond.
How?
I kind of just cup my hands and, like, drink it like that.
It tastes refreshing and cold and clean.
I just let it kind of sit on my tongue, and you know that feeling when you're, like, really dehydrated?
Yes.
You take a sip of water, and you just feel it, like,
Yes.
throughout your body.
That is precisely how you feel.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, smash cut over to the foraging.
I'm foraging. I have an ability, it's part of nature lore. I can automatically acquire enough sustenance for myself by foraging.
Yes.
But I can spend 4 hours hunting and gathering to produce enough food for 2d4 people. I rolled 2d4 and I got 4, which is the exact amount we need. 1, 2, 3, and then Tenzin. I could spend another 6 hours to get another 2d4 people, but we don't have that many, so we don't need to.
I want you. What ability score is that associated with?
Wisdom, I believe.
Make a wisdom roll.
Very well. That's not good. 9.
Oh no. I might just.
Did you add your level in? Everything?
Yeah. I mean, I don't. It doesn't say I have to roll for
No,
this.
you don't. I'm just
okay.
factoring something else in.
Okay. Yeah.
I will say instead of it taking 4 hours, it only takes 3 hours. And the reason is because this place is naturally abundant.
It's actually an 11 if I include my Kroni thing, +2 to survival.
It does.
Okay.
So it only takes 3 hours instead of 4. But you basically, by mid-afternoon, have scored enough gathered fruits, vegetables, fungus, whatever naturally occurring food edibles there are, that you could feed everyone for dinner.
When I'm like doing my hunting, I'm like gathering stuff. I just get stuff and then I just kind of hand it to Amina.
That's what I'm here for.
Yes, and I will also say you gather many pieces of dried wood without having to cut any of the forest, just naturally occurring limbs that had fallen from storms, that kind of stuff.
Cool.
So you have enough dried wood to easily make a fire if you decide to do that.
Ragnar,
I'm just gonna eat a ration.
so
I don't like this.
you know that, you two woke me up that night you were talking.
That doesn't narrow anything down. What?
No, I wasn't listening in on you guys, but
Who?
you and Viktor.
When I
and-
told him I was going to hit him with a hammer?
Yeah, with the magic thing. He
Yeah.
doesn't seem like a priest or...
Yeah, he's a witch. You like a sorcerer? Have you not been paying attention?
Well, I mean, I just thought he was
I'm
like
sorry.
a really good wood carver.
What? No. He's totally just been casting magic.
I didn't realize, because I know that, you're a druid and everything, and like you use magic the way you do, but I don't know anything about magic, so I didn't really...
That's fair. No, he is a witch. I have issue with it, but he hasn't. He's only been helpful. Tenzin trusts him. Tenzin is a holy man.
Yeah.
Vesh trusts him, which doesn't say much. But I'm of the belief I don't think he will harm us. I think he may accidentally bring misfortune upon us, and so I am taking most of the things he says with an ample amount of skepticism. But otherwise, it shouldn't be much harm.
I was a bit superstitious or suspicious about it, but that's why I wanted to ask you and talk to you, because you're someone who knows magic.
It is correct to be suspicious.
Okay. You think nothing will come of it?
No.
Nothing bad, at least from him?
I think he has no ill intent. It is different from nothing bad coming of it.
Okay.
I suspect there will be something bad to come of it, but if there is, I doubt he means any harm.
Do you think if something bad comes of it, you'll help him?
That entirely depends. I've unfortunately made it my business to help you people. It was not my intention, and it is, I believe I've gotten myself into more danger than I thought, but this is the path that Rome has chosen for me, and it is the path I will follow.
You also have people to talk to now, compared to having no one before. You have
Well,
friends.
I had people before. It doesn't matter. We should go back.
Sorry.
Smash cut.
If I may,
Yes.
after the half hour, I would go to talk to Vesh,
Okay.
because I assume that they are still gone.
I mean,
These two knuckleheads.
Veshadro is like munching on like
3
dried
hours.
fruits and
Yeah.
like granola, basically, just like
Heck
trail
yeah.
mix. Like,
I ain't having this.
Vesh, I need to talk to you.
Just like,
Yeah?
What's
What's up? Did you drink the water? Are you seeing things?
What?
I don't know. Did you drink the water?
Let me speak.
No.
So, I trust you enough, and I feel like that you are somebody that most likely... I can't say this in a way that makes it any heartfelt like I wanted to, but you're a person I can trust. And I believe that I can trust you with any information that I may feel like I have to keep hidden. And I feel like I can tell you what needs to be said. And I need you to know that me telling you this is a huge... I'm not actually smiling.
I am. I don't know where this is going.
A huge thing for me to admit. But I am a mage, and
Did Vesh know that already?
and
Is this why you were being burnt at the stake?
yes,
And it took you this long to tell us?
Vesh know this.
yes.
Why?
Who do you think I trusted with this information in the first place? And who do you think told
I don't know.
people to burn me at a stake?
Look, people get
My
burnt.
family, who you're supposed to trust the most.
Man, that's
So
awkward.
you wonder why it took me so long to trust you. I mean, I'm kind of surprised I'm telling you, but I'm only telling you because Ragnavaldr knows now. I was planning on telling you first, but
Is the so are you like a carpenter for real? Or
I'm actually a carpenter.
oh really?
Yeah.
You chose that?
Well, I was in a small village.
Yeah, okay. Have you ever
What do you mean? Well, of course I have.
recently?
Yes,
Like doing what?
just recently.
Like
the
do-
giants, you know how I throw stones at people?
To be honest, I was a little preoccupied. Almost got
I
killed.
throw stones at people and they stop, remember?
Oh, I thought you were just kind of really special. No. Okay, well, I thought you just had like a really good,
I'm surprised they got away with that, I'm going to be completely honest.
Honestly, usually I'm fearing for my life. Someone will
And
preoccupied.
I think that
I'm not
Amina
surprised.
either suspects or knows at this point, because Ragnavaldr talked to me.
I'm not surprised that Ragnavaldr figured it out.
Yeah, Ragnavaldr's pretty intuitive.
I think he, sure,
Well, it goes along with intelligence. It's not like it takes much to unveil it. It's just people don't know where to look sometimes.
That's true. So why are you telling me this now, though?
Because Ragnavaldr knows. And I was going to tell you first, but I feel like that I should have tell you as long as. I'm assuming that the two of them know. And I've known you for longer, so it just feels right to tell you.
Took you long enough. How'd the water taste?
Very good.
Okay, great. I'm gonna try some. We'll walk over.
Well,
Around Tenzin. Oh, by the way, you're cool. I accept whatever you feel like you are. We're gonna drink water now.
Coming out story. Came out the closet.
I'm gonna try to go like
I realized how that sounded like halfway through.
halfway through. I wanted to interrupt and be like, "We accept you," and I was like, "No." So I'm gonna walk around Tenzin, like keeping my fair distance as to not interrupt, even though he's probably way too deep into whatever he's doing to be bothered, which is fine. I'm actually just gonna look at the water, and when it comes to the fish and other creatures in it, do they seem normal or do they seem a little bit too like spectacular looking?
Make a d20 roll.
Oh, splendid.
And kill you.
They eat your brains. I got an 8. That's
Fish.
sad. Yeesh.
The water seems very normal. The fish seem very normal. All of the animals in the forest seem very normal.
I don't like this.
The only thing that doesn't seem normal is the fact that all of this is here, like in this blighted area. But that's an oasis, and you, as a traveler, know that there are places like that are oases. Like you've heard of the Southlands. You know that the Southlands are like desert.
Yeah.
That there are pockets like this, like oases in the Southlands, where the southern Suenist like go from oasis to oasis when they're traveling the deserts. That's how they can survive.
Do the plants here seem like if they were to grow, it'd be normal that these plants grew here? Like, do these plants seem like they could be native to this location?
Could be currently? No. Could have been at one time? Maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out the skin with the writing on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna try dipping it in the water a little.
In the holy spring.
Yeah.
Why not take water out of it and pour it on?
Some of the guppies come and try to nip at the,
Oh, I'm
the
taking it
flesh.
out.
in
Never
the water.
mind. Worth a shot.
Guppies.
The guppies. I'll try scooping a little water onto it then.
Blood in the water now.
Okay.
That's fine. They'll never know. The
Yes, they
guppies.
will.
The guppies will eat
I
it.
see it.
Shh, close your eyes. So I'm just gonna splash a little water on it to see if it like changes the writing or something. I don't know. Never claimed to be the smartest.
Nothing changes.
Worth a shot. All right, I'm going back to my little corner where I was chilling.
Okay.
Yep.
Do we come back to the clearing?
Yeah.
We have food. We got food.
You know who's still in a meditative state?
Tenzin. He's still chilling.
It's middle of the afternoon.
He's still breathing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So,
He has not touched the water yet, but he has been in meditation for 3 hours.
damn.
I think he's pretty into it.
I might try to do that.
We should make
think you
him
do it.
something though when he comes out of it.
I'll just put. I would say just leave it next to him.
I'll cook some food, I guess, and then I'll try to do
Waft it towards him.
Do you want help?
that. Sure. I mean, I got a lot of stuff. It's a very plentiful forest.
Oh yeah.
Some of the roots and vegetables that you've gathered could be like cooked on low into like a stew. And you also have herbs to enhance that.
We can construct
And
a
then
stew.
some of the fruits you can just eat as is, like right off the vine.
Are you two feeling okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had some food earlier though, so.
I meant with the rock.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Good.
I mean, as well as I can feel after being hit by a rock.
Yeah, place has been chill, real eye-opening. So,
Remind me before we go to bed for the night to heal you again, because I'll get the spells back in the morning.
cool.
It'll help your recovery.
Sounds good. Thank
Love that plan for us.
Okay.
Stew.
you. How are you
Yeah.
doing, by the way?
I'm only a little injured
Okay.
from a long time ago.
And you?
Nothing.
I don't think Amina's been injured at all.
No.
No, I haven't been hurt.
This entire time we've been
This is
adventuring.
upsetting.
You have all this
did-
armor, and it's never even
The
happened.
one tank has
I
never
got
been
hit by a
scratched.
boulder, and you haven't been hurt once.
Let's cook.
Let's cook.
Get hit by a boulder right now.
All right. Should I? Is there a cooking check?
We shall let them cook.
Choose intelligence or wisdom.
Let's go wisdom.
Can I help?
Let him cook. Ooh.
Hey, that's a good roll though.
That's a bad escape roll right there.
Ben escape roll for a 24.
Damn.
Nice.
You're an intuitive chef. You're not a practiced, trained chef.
go.
You're just intuitive. You're like measurements, nonsense.
The
I cook
soul.
by taste. That's why I
soul.
allowed you to. Yeah. So you're
Never
just using
measured
your
garlic.
wisdom to
Sweet.
like
Never measure
sort of
garlic.
experiment, and you add some things. You're like, just needs some more of this green herb. Yes. And then you kind of crinkle that in. While you're cooking, Tenzin stops meditating and he stretches. And then he takes his shirt off. It's about 60 degrees.
Oh, nice.
It's cold.
Oh,
He then takes his pants off. And then he
Tip dip.
is naked and he walks into the pond.
copper coins.
Have a coin! Have a coin!
The reason why this is relevant is because as he is now nude, you notice that almost every part of his flesh is tattooed or pierced.
Nice.
Because he's an elder.
Oh yeah. What an icon.
You see elaborate body art. Everything its own distinct chapter in a story, and yet interconnected and interwoven.
Is there anything that may suggest like scarring? So like it's like intricately done, but it creates like an
You
odd
see
shape.
several scars on his torso and arms that have been tattooed, and the tattoos of the scar kind of show almost the weapon that caused it.
Wow.
So like in one of them you see like an Ordur with a spear, and the scar is the Ordur's spear. And then like in another you see this really strong man with a sword, and like the scar is the man's sword. So like it looks like battles that he's been in have been literally like art has been drawn around the scars.
Like Maui.
Yeah, kind of.
Does he have like?
So cool.
That's the first thing I
So
thought of.
we had that tattoo of with like the I keep forgetting their names. The
Order.
nope.
Suenist.
And does he have anything like that with the script and stuff like that, or is it just
With
body art?
words?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah.
He
words.
does, but none in that language.
Okay. Oh.
Like, he has a few names, which you presume are probably something having to do with those who have passed on.
Okay.
Because the Suenist don't put the names of living people on their bodies.
Good to know.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Hard.
That is so cool. I'm just gonna kind of let him do. I might get a little closer just to.
He swims out.
Oh,
like
he's going.
Like, he's swimming out towards the center of the pond.
I'm gonna kind of follow him along the edge just to make sure nothing like
Don't be
snatches him.
creepy.
I'm back in my tree.
You can see from your tree that he is swimming, not like quickly, like, but just very gradually, like just swimming out towards the middle of the pond.
I'm just eating stew.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'd recommend the water. It's actually very nice.
I'll do that when the time comes.
I'm letting you know.
Is he just chilling or?
When he gets out to the middle of the pond,
Yeah.
he turns on his back and just like floats. You could actually see him better because you're higher up. So you see like he just, yeah, I guess it's true. Like his,
Yeah, I'm not looking. My eyes are.
but you see basically he's like just looking up at the sky and the clouds, like just floating, and like you could see him like floating, and he's just buoyant.
Is his eyes open or closed? Like, is he trying to meditate while swimming?
Open.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool.
He seems very calm, very at ease, and just floating out in the middle of the pond.
He just sees me in a tree.
Again, I want to reiterate, like, this water is cold. Like, when you drank it,
Yeah.
it was refreshing and cold. Like, it's cold.
Oh,
So he's, like, floating and swimming around in, like, not freezing waters, but, like, cold water. Like,
so we should get maybe
Like-
like a little campfire.
60-degree water. And he's out there. I mean, like, minutes go by. Minutes turn into a half an hour. Still floating out there.
Wow.
And after an hour, he like flips back over and starts to slowly swim back.
I'll keep pace with him again on his way back.
And as he swims back, he kind of dives down. And you see like he's swimming under the water. And you see that he's swimming towards the shore under the water. And then when he comes up to the surface, he's about 5 feet out. And he kind of splashes and sort of pulls himself up and walks back onto the shore. And he grabs his cloak and wraps it around himself, sits down on his bedroll, and just stares back out. He doesn't say anything to you guys.
Are there acorns where I'm at? Like,
You can just find some,
I
sure.
wanted to throw one at her. At him.
You do.
I don't think he knows I'm in the tree yet.
No, I wouldn't have.
Another half an hour goes by. It's time for early supper. You have finished stewing your things that you found. They are delicious. All of you share a communal spoon because nobody has a mess kit. So
I
you
do.
have, you do?
I think I do.
Well done. You distribute some bowls and spoons, and everybody has some of this.
I'm doing rations
I don't.
again.
I don't either.
What?
I thought I did.
Ragnavaldr, you are
I got
proud
enough- I got
of
enough
what
food
you
for
were able to
everybody.
scrounge.
I am very proud of you.
I don't need a spoon,
I will
I just
eat
take
it
the
at a
bowl
later
and-
time.
What? Why?
It's delicious.
It's just a hunch.
What?
Is it the god holy pool?
Yep.
You think it's bad?
Yep.
The holy pool
Yeah.
by the gods. You think it's bad?
Yeah. Not bad, just a little
You could have
unnerving.
at least told me you weren't gonna have it before I. Whatever.
But now you all have more food. So
No, it's gonna be cold.
That's all right.
You made him sad.
It's okay. You'll be all right. You'll live.
Okay.
Look at you.
Tenzin stands up
Hard for that to be all.
without saying anything, stands up, goes over towards your bowls and your food. He doesn't say anything to you. He grabs a bowl, and then he goes back to his position. He sets the bowl down like in front of him, in the 1 foot between like where he's sitting at the edge of the shore and the water. And you see he reaches over into his backpack and he pulls out like these little chunks of, they kind of look like a resin almost. He pulls out these chunks of this resin and he puts them in the bowl.
He's making tea.
And then you notice that he goes over to your fire and grabs like one burning twig and basically uses it as like a match. And he's like, and eventually this resin starts to catch, and he takes a few more twigs and he kind of builds a little fire in this bowl. And you see that the smoke coming off of this resin has a sort of sweet smell, and it kind of permeates the air. And you see he assumes his meditative pose. And he's like, he's not even whispering, but you could see he's like saying prayers because his lips are moving, and the smoke kind of rises up, going kind of out into over the pond and like up into the air. And he continues doing this for another hour.
And would the smoke move in like a natural way, or almost
It
like
seems to be moving in a natural way, yes.
Okay.
I feel like I should wait for him to be done to do my prayer, right? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't want to. I have other incense. I don't want to mess with his flow, you know.
It is about 2 hours away from dusk, you estimate. He is continuing with his ritual and prayers. What are you guys doing?
I think we keep watch. I'll do my thing in the morning.
I'll keep pacing again. This is weird.
I don't know, like,
This is normal. He's just deep in thought.
I'm asleep in the tree by now, I'm pretty sure. I am like,
I mean, I'm not like heavy praying, but I probably just like keep praying a little bit. Just be like, kind of like just keep that flow going, and just away from Tenzin, but just.
What is the nature of your prayers?
There's one thing like just a general like, not like a thanks, but like a bless us with your knowledge, bless us with like with good forthcomings, with like just like a good enough foresight and wisdom to
Make a wisdom roll.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go look at the fish again.
Uh, 5.
You begin to wonder, what is the significance of Tenzin's process? And I will not answer that for you. I'm just telling you that you begin to wonder about that.
I'm just gonna go look at the fish again. Just 'cause, I don't know. They still look normal, I take it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll go back.
Except for the one that doesn't swim. It's just looking at you.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was
starts
like,
walking
oh,
on 2 legs.
I knew it.
Okay.
Okay.
I am going to grab like a little ball of mud. I'm going to shape it into like a kind of small owl shape.
Yes.
And then and it's an owl. And I'm going to cast Alarm, which summons a small animal to watch over an area. And it's a 50-foot square, or it's a 50-foot diameter circle. So 25 feet in every direction from the center of our camp.
Yes.
Nice.
And it's going to last for 7 hours.
Nice.
And I'm doing it like as the sun's setting, so as it gets
That
dark.
is very helpful.
And
the owl flies up to a tree branch.
And it's just going to be if
begins surveying the
any,
area.
like, because I think I can make it not trigger on creatures that I determine. So it's us, Tenzin, and like harmless animals won't trigger it.
Okay.
But if like an Ordor, a bandit, a wolf or something,
Or a hill giant.
walks into the circle, I'll get alerted. But does it make a big noise or a small noise? Okay, it just alerts me.
Also, before like the sun sets, I like to like just draw the fish in the pond, just to get a good idea how the fish look.
You do.
And then by the fire, I start carving one of the fish.
Just before the sun sets, he's still in a meditative pose. The incense is long since burned away. Tenzin says, "Please make the fire larger."
I
I got it.
Let's go!
And he continues meditating. You feed the fire.
Yes.
Okay, as the sun is setting, he stands up, still wrapped in his like blanket, just comes over by the fire. And he says, "Produce for me the first of the scrolls."
So I like to imagine that this is like one of those like big like communal fires where it's like good like 5 feet diameter. It's like just giant.
Centuries passed in the history of Arakazein and the time of the Dominion. You can't possibly write all this down. I'll give you a version of it.
Okay.
However, it is important for me to note, how would Viktor be writing this down? Does anyone have ink, quill, paper, parchment, book?
I do.
There you go. So you are literally, your character is writing this down as
Yes.
he's translating it?
Absolutely.
Oh, wait, I have a quill.
Here we go. Centuries passed in the history of Arakazein, and the time of the Dominion and the union of Arakazein was a time of prosperity. It was out of this prosperity that a seed of evil had begun. A remnant of the old evil gods had resurfaced in the secret cults along the western coast. From this cult sprung an evil necromancer named Neshrak, who served dark, ancient gods and practiced the forgotten wizardry of the Kemrog. Neshrak opened a portal within the bowels of an ancient hidden temple, a portal that gave entrance to the Medusa Isles. From these hated nightmare lands came abominations in many forms, demons who serve evil gods and who would help Neshrak bring chaos and destruction to Arakazein.
Next one.
The flesh.
Part 2.
I'm sorry.
The races of the Union had never anticipated a threat of this magnitude, and were forced to defend themselves without fully knowing their enemy. The demon wars brought a time of darkness and blood to Arakazein, when the gods themselves came to the aid of their servants, but were challenged by the vast number of evil servitors they faced. Neshrak himself had become as close to the power of a god as any mortal before or since, and with his foul experiments had succeeded in breeding a race of distorted beings called the Saijit. The Saijit were a hybrid of evil demon imps and the captured Gut. The Saijit were bred to aid Nezrak in his magical ceremonies and rituals.
I like light a candle for that one because that's the map.
He holds it up using the candle and the fire, and he's like reading it. You notice that it takes a little longer for him to read this. Like it's almost like he's reading it. You can see he's trying to sound it out. He's like, Dum kopov vejayos nihodim kuzaist vejay tais wolvust ug neshrak zaisai ikmai
Come on, Fen, where's the notes?
kopf
Come on,
I
keep
will.
going.
And in combining their magical powers, the servitors of Nezrak were able to bind evil souls to dead bodies, spawning undead to attack and kill the humans of Arakazein. Another byproduct of Nezrak's experiments was the race called the Nidjiro. These were humanoids that were combined with demons and animals, resulting in a strange beastly form. They had long arms with claws and a torso like a bear. Their heads were part bear, part man, and part demon. And they growled, howled, and barked like rabid dogs. The Nijiro were created to help hunt down and kill the Makwo. Eventually, they became the best at doing so. Better than the full-fledged demons. Fine.
Is it?
Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Human bear demons.
So we don't want this to happen, obviously.
Obviously.
He says these parchments are recordings of events around the time of the Demon Wars. It would seem that there is more.
That makes sense.
Why the Fainup would be hunting for these, why the Ordur horde would be seeking them, I do not know. Perhaps there is more to be discovered. Perhaps some sort of ancient secrets about Neshrak and how he acquired his magical power. Perhaps this is what they seek. I think it is important that these have not fallen into the hands of the Horde.
Or the Fainup.
Yes.
Would it make sense to almost try to copy these down into one place and then get rid
think,
of the extras?
Viktor is making a
Yeah.
translation in the Old Dominion tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
I don't know.
He says one more thing. You remember the 5 letters that we saw on the stone on the hill this morning?
Yes.
I understand now what that word meant. It was one word, which means tombs.
I was right. Burial mound.
Tombs. Many,
Oh,
not just one.
I see.
The sun has set at this point.
But I still have what was in that burial tomb that we
Yes,
were
the
in
other
before.
one is NISDZ.
You still have what?
Remember that
This
other
is
burial
this is from the burial tomb
that we fell into?
Uh-huh.
and I wrote this down.
NISDZ was one of the legible things.
You wrote it down, but you didn't keep the objects.
It wasn't on an object, was it?
No, we got a
We got a rubbing.
Oh!
Yeah, we got a rubbing.
rubbing. Yeah.
From wait, who
He
has it?
says
I do.
this word in the ancient dialect means mercy.
Mercy.
See, prayer for souls, probably.
Niceties is the expression for mercy in ancient Arakazein.
Maybe that will be useful someday.
Hopefully, we don't have to worry about it.
Maybe.
Where did you see this word?
We
Burial
fell into a tomb, the burial mound. The ground collapsed out under us when we were traveling.
What was in this tomb?
There
Some sort of lord.
There was
a knife. There
there
was
was-
a.
ancient wooden weaponry. There was a lot of rubbings. There was
something. It was something weird about the knife, though. Don't you remember?
When we brought it to the sunlight, it would glow green.
yes. We didn't take anything out of the tomb.
The knife was made of a metal.
Yes.
Yes.
A gray metal.
That would turn green when in the sunlight.
He goes over to his pack and he reaches into his pack and he pulls out a necklace, like leather string and a small, like about the size of a $50. And you see that it has the symbol, the depiction, the simple like pictographic depiction of Yasekog, the god of the wind. And he holds this up, and it looks like a very dull gray. And he brings it over by the fire, and as he holds it close to the fire, you see that just the edges sort of had this green tint. And he says, like this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Does the symbol change at all, or is it the same?
He says, that is no ordinary iron. And that was good forged. These are very rare. He says, this holy symbol has been passed down through my family for 9 generations. What weapons do you have?
I have a piercing axe and a short bow. An axe, comma, piercing.
You have an axe. What do you have?
I have a sword and a quarterstaff.
What do you have?
Not sword, it's a knife. Sorry.
I have a maul and a short bow.
Oh, you have a maul.
Yeah.
Which is a hammer.
A big hammer.
He sets the holy symbol down. Where would he set? He finds like a flat rock. Okay, like there's rocks kind of near the shore. He sets it down on the flat rock and he says, "Smash it with your hammer.
Are you sure?
Use all of the strength that you have."
All right. I'm gonna take my
I'm
maul.
sweaty.
I'm just gonna stand
You're
up.
not going to miss because
know.
it's not moving.
I'm swinging with all my might.
Go ahead and roll just to see if you get a nat 20. You'll hit no matter what.
No nat 20.
Okay, roll damage
Damage? Okay.
and consider it a critical hit. So use the Bill Allen damage alternative scoring system.
Oh man.
Also known as.
Oh, that's max. Max. That's 21.
Yeah.
Okay, you smash and the rock shatters. The stone shatters. You look down.
Yes.
There isn't even a remote mark on this pendant on the coin.
Oh,
He
all right.
picks it up.
Did you leave that knife or did you take it?
We left the
I
knife.
left the knife.
Oh, okay. I thought you had.
Well, we thought about it, but we
We
didn't.
were gonna. and
We
then-
really thought about
No,
it.
out of character. Like I genuinely thought like you had snuck it into your like pack or something because you'd made a joke about it. I'm pretty sure before.
We joke about many things.
I
But then he yelled at me not to.
I don't.
He says
we did.
the tomb where you found this. It must have been a person of significance if they were in possession
It looked like a rather fancy tome.
Yeah, it did.
of a good forged weapon. But you said it was just a knife, not a great sword or anything of significance. in
Either
size.
club,
There's a club as well.
A club.
like a petrified wood.
It's all made of petrified wood.
Was this also marked?
Yes, but I don't recall the markings. It was marked. I am.
And you found this where?
It must have been on.
It's by those hint hills.
It wasn't it on the journey? It was on the journey to Merchant's Keep, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember if there was any symbols on the club, but
They
there was
had markings.
a wooden necklace with the symbol of Beavis Hoof.
Yes, Beavis Isles. I am. It was somewhere between Dusty Fief and Merton's Keep, I believe.
Curious indeed.
We did not mean to fall in, of course, so we didn't take anything, and I
yeah, 'cause it was
asked a prayer of forgiveness from Beavis Isles, and then we left.
Thank you to the gods for this discernment. I am quite exhausted now. I would like to sleep.
Makes sense.
I believe that we will be safe here. This is a peaceful place.
All right. Thank you for helping us, and
Thank you for sharing all of this with me. It has been most revealing. We will need to discuss what to do next in the morning, because I do not think that most of the small towns or the noble families in the Old Dominion know about the threat, or at least the degree of this threat. But they should know. And certainly we must notify Umflik tomorrow. but I would recommend some sleep now.
Can I set up my small tent for him? Because I was just gonna sleep in a tree, probably.
You can. So if you offer hospitality, he will take it.
Yeah, I was gonna offer him my tent for the night.
He thanks you, and you know that like that scores some like points because like
Nice.
you're basically taking care of the elders.
Yeah. Good job.
Are you wounded still?
I'm not wounded at all.
Oh, you weren't wounded at
No,
all.
it's just us.
You two.
Just this
hello.
end of the table.
I'm here to help you. Hold on.
Oh, hi there.
Each of you are going to get.
I'm gonna
Oh, unless this heals you full.
head off Tenzin.
Wow, those are the worst rolls I've ever rolled. You gain 1 hit point, and you gain 1 hit point.
Yay!
You guys ready for more first aids?
Yay!
Yep.
Please.
Vesh, you get 2 hit points.
Woo!
You get 1 hit point.
Whole hit point.
I'm back to where I was.
Nice. Pre-rock.
Okay, like after everybody's settling into their sleep.
I don't have a 2-person tent. Somebody else had a 2-person tent,
I have a
right?
sleeping bag.
Okay.
It's cool, but not like freezing cold. Like you have a fire going. You have bedroll. I assume you guys have bedrolls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. As long as you have bedrolls and you're like pretty close to the fire, you're comfortable.
Yep, we're good.
Never mind.
You have your owl alarm
Yeah, it'll last until we wake up.
till mostly. Yeah. Okay.
And I do
alarm
want to
clock.
wake up like a little early before, as the sun is rising.
Okay. Sleeping happens. You go to pay your respects to the elder, and he's like, I will have to consider this. I'm exhausted, but it is good to know. And he goes to sleep. Everybody who sleeps, roll a d20.
Yay!
16.
18. Who's getting the dream? Who's getting the dream? Connor. Connor.
Not again.
You also drank water.
Connor, in the middle of the night, you hear, whoo, 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 whoo. You hear the owl. You told them about the owl, right?
I told them about the owl.
You know that this owl was like a magical construct set up by the Druid.
I take a rock and throw it at Ragnavaldr. Not like, but like enough to wake him up.
Pick
Like,
up the rock and you go to throw it at Ragnavaldr, except he's not there. Nobody's there. It's just you and the dying fire and the lake.
I cast dancing lights.
Okay?
I look around everywhere for any trace
You
of
see
anybody.
a trail of all of the footsteps of your friends leading west.
And I start running that way.
Okay, the owl is hooting and it seems to be flying ahead of you. And every
Okay.
once in a while it hoots, like it basically like lets you know
This
where it is
way.
and what it's doing. Yes, precisely.
I'm looking around to make, like, I'm setting my lights out, like, just generally, just to be like, okay, is there anything following me? Is there anything in the woods? Is there anything that could do this?
You see the trail, and the trail is leading northwest between the mountains.
I just keep running, like,
Okay, you come up over a hill, and down the hill on the other side of these mountains, you see the barren, rocky lands, and you see the ruins that you guys saw earlier.
Okay. Do I see
Trails lead that way.
Do I see them anywhere in the village from up ahead?
No, because it's like a half mile away. No, it's like 2 miles away. Somehow you find it odd. You're like, how come it's nighttime with only the moonlight, but I could definitely see those ruins?
Okay.
Do you have the intent to go there?
Yes.
You arrive, and you're outside of these ruins, and you see like this looks like the ruins of maybe an old village, like or even a town, something bigger than a village. You see that much of the buildings are like destroyed, the walls are broken as if there was some kind of earthquake or something. Like you see like actual parts of like the roads and the streets are like 4 foot in difference. Like it looks like the whole thing was just like broken up.
Okay. It's like as if giants had walked here.
Or like earthquakes. Like something shattered the ground and the foundations of these buildings. A lot of the walls are fallen over, buildings are collapsed. Some of the buildings are still intact, but they're very rickety. And you just see like this devastated village.
Do I see the tracks anywhere?
Yeah, the tracks seem to lead to the middle of the village. And as you follow them, you arrive at, you see this building that's still intact. It's like a round, like a circular tower. It's like a 3-story white tower, and it's still intact. And you see that there's, like, at the top windows of the tower, there's light coming out, like bright light.
Do I see, like, is the light interrupted in any way, like as if figures are walking in front of it? Or is it
No.
just...
You see a door at the ground level.
Okay.
It's a wooden door. There's something carved in the middle of it.
I walk up and try to read it.
Okay. It's not words. It looks like a face carved into the wood.
Do I recognize it?
Just looks like a human face.
Does it look like in pain, neutral?
Nope, looks neutral, like it's sleeping.
I poke it.
Ow!
I thought so.
The eyes open. What do you want?
Is this a dream?
What do you want?
May I enter?
The eyes look up and down at you. Yes. The door swings open.
I push my dancing lights inside first, and then follow in, not, I almost said not hastily, to be slowly, I slowly walk in, just be like, is there anybody there? And I have my quarterstaff ready.
It's a very nice shrine. Like, the basic, like, interior walls are shaped like an octagon.
Okay.
And you do see a set of stairs that go up.
Is it a general shrine, or is it to somebody specific?
It looks like, it's an octagon, and it looks like on each wall is kind of a depiction of a different god.
Okay. Is there any one shrine that stands out?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you recognize them. Like,
Yeah.
you see, like, one with an offering for, like, grains for Peshwick, and then you see another one with incense blowing up into the air for Yasakog, and you see another one that's got, like, a bowl of water for Shias Joel, and, like, each of these depictions of these gods around the whole octagon, and then you see stairs going up.
I walk up.
Okay, you go up to the second floor, and you see another octagonally shaped room, and you see a group of what look like maybe priests or monks, all of them wearing white robes, all of them with shaved heads, and they are all, like, sitting in meditative things in kind of a circle facing each other. They're all, like, in deep meditations.
Do I recognize them?
They are all wearing amulets with the symbol of Savak Boku.
Of course. I go up to the top floor.
Okay, you go up to the third floor. It is an empty room. There are 8 walls, like all the others. However, there's a window in each wall, and you see a huge brazier of burning oil, and you see mirrors that are kind of on an angle so that the mirrors catch the light from the burning oil and reflect it out the windows, almost like a lighthouse would.
I look out the window.
You notice that on the other side from where you came up, on the other side of the fire, is like another hooded, cloaked, like, priest with their head shaved, but they're, like, facing away from you, almost like they're looking out to the west.
Are they looking at a window, or?
They're looking out a window, like,
Okay.
to the west.
I look out over their shoulder.
Okay. You see the ocean. Not right there, but, like, a mile or so off. And it's funny because, like, you're looking out, and it was definitely nighttime when you arrived, but now it's daytime. And you see, like, several miles of land, like green, verdant land. You see, like, farms and villages and stuff. And then you see, like, the ocean. And then further out in the ocean, you see, like, something dark, like, like maybe a storm moving. But then you realize that's like it's not just a storm. Like, there's a wave coming towards the land.
Is it gonna destroy the village?
It's massive.
That's a yes.
The wave looks like it's hundreds of feet tall. And there's storms and lightning flashing as it's coming towards where you're at. And you see it start to hit the shore and destroy everything in its path. And this, like, person that you're right next to is just, like, staring out at it as it's approaching.
Is this because of me?
Do you ask the person?
Yes.
The person looks at you and she says, because of you. No, this happened already.
Who are you? What is this place?
We knew this would happen. Savak Boku told us. And it will happen again.
Where?
To the south.
Is that where the horse is to the north, right?
The north is like the frozen, like Alaska,
Right.
basically.
Yeah. Okay, so the hordes, are we in the south?
No. The Old Dominion would be like imagine like Canada.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that's, like you're in like, Canada, maybe like the Dakotas, Minnesota, like that kind of,
Dakotas.
UP. Like that's kind of where the Old Dominion is. It's not quite all the way north, but it's definitely not like, it's, upper part of the continent.
What do I do?
Nothing. You cannot stop it.
Can I stop its impact? Can I mitigate its impact?
Who can say? She smiles, like a kind smile. She's like, you should ask less and serve more.
How?
He will appreciate you.
I don't know how to serve him.
Begin with gratitude. And then give offerings. Do what you can for those who don't know. Remember, he is the God of knowledge. You have knowledge. Share it with those who need it. It will be an offering to him.
Okay.
She says, it was nice to meet you. And just after she says that, she looks back out the window. You turn and look out the window, and the wave hits you and destroys the entire tower, and it knocks you through, and you're drowning.
Do I see anything around me?
No, you see ocean water.
Ocean water?
every
Okay.
you're under hundreds of feet of water. You see, there's occasional flashes from the storm above. You see bricks and people's bodies and carts and horses and dogs and beds and babies. And you're drowning. And you don't know which way to swim up.
I let out a little bit of air to see where the bubbles go.
The bubbles go up and you follow the bubbles. You swim up to the surface and you can't figure out where you are anymore because you're in the ocean. You're in the depths of the ocean and there's a storm raging all above you and all around you. And you hear in the darkness, because it's dark again, you hear people screaming for help.
I cast Dancing Lights again.
Okay?
I try to find people and make it so that they can find me using the Dancing Lights as like a beacon.
How far out does Dancing Lights go?
Not very, but I can't. Wait, I can cast. I can cast darkness and slash daylight, whatever
You
it's called.
You cast a spell to give light.
Yes.
And you see people holding on to wreckage, just trying to float through the storm.
Do I have my items?
Yes.
I grab my rope
Yeah.
and I start tying the rafts together so I can get a bigger raft, so I can gather more people and make sure people can like stay together.
Okay. You successfully tie this raft together. You see a light in the distance. It's like coming towards you.
Is it like an anglerfish or like the?
No, like a beacon, like something above
Okay.
the water. And you hear like, ahoy! Who's down there? Survivors!
Yes.
We'll throw a rope! And you see a big rope splash down, and then there's, imagine it's raining, there's flashes of lightning. You see a ship, and you see sailors like lowering a rope, and people are like pulling up to the rope, and there's more ropes come down, and sailors are pulling people up onto their ship.
I make sure I'm like one of the last people to get up.
Okay, you do. You get on board this ship, and the ship is sailing, and you see the captain is like, we have to head south, we have to head south. Avoid the mountains. And yet they're, trying to like sail through this storm, and the whole ship's like rocking up and down, back and forth. And you see a soldier go up to the captain of the ship, and he's like, we have to turn around. There could be others. He says, no, south, we have to head south. There's only one area of highland that we can get to. And they continue going. You hear a raucous sound. And behind you, you see something in the moonlight and the flashes of the lightning. You see these giant chunks of stone coming up into the air. Like massive chunks of rocks and stone coming up into the air from the water and going up into the air and heading out west. And you see like the storm is swirling around them, almost like a massive like hurricane is bringing them all together.
Okay.
And you're like miles south of this thing, but you're looking back and you see this swirling storm building and pulling up all these rocks and things into it.
Well, does it try to make a humanoid figure? Like
No.
no.
You hear like one of the crewmen go, "Fool, what are you doing? Put that down. We need that extra canvas. We need that extra sail."
Okay.
And you see there's a strange man like taking this canvas and holding the rope, and you see he's like throwing it over the side of the back of the boat, and you see that the wind raging is like catching this, and he's lifting it up trying to like catch the wind almost like you would with a kite.
I go to help him in some way.
You go to help him, and he says, hold this piece of rope."
Okay.
The voice is familiar, but you can't quite place it. And he's like dressed like a normal crewman, and he has like a hood, and the rain's just pouring down. And you see he grabs this like wooden, like dowel rod basically, and he ties the rope around it, ties another piece of rope around it, and he's got like basically he's literally making a kite out of a small sail.
Okay.
And when he's done, he says, "This is it. This is how we're gonna go there." And he
Go where?
throws the kite up, and the kite starts soaring up into the air towards the hurricane.
Where are we going?
And he grabs the rope, and he says, and he turns to you and he says, "To New Wolfotmai, of course." And you recognize him for a moment. You're pretty sure that it's Musfa. And then he just shoots up with the kite, holding onto the rope, and you see him dangling, and the kite's going up towards the hurricane and the rocks.
I cut the two sides of the rope that he just tied.
No, that was to hold the kite.
Oh.
So the only thing that you could do to stop him would be to grab the rope that he is holding onto that is basically on the deck of the ship.
I do that.
Okay. Are you trying to like anchor it to something, or are you just grabbing it?
I'm trying to like grab it and
Make a
then go
strength
to a rail. Like rails I can hold on
Yes,
like that.
fantastic. Make a strength roll.
To flip. I'm not good at that. 3.
Okay, it pulls you up. Now you're flying up. He's like 30 feet ahead of you on this rope. And the kite's kind of dragging down now because it's carrying both of your weights, and he looks down through the storm and he's like, "Either climb up or let go."
I climb up.
You continue to climb up.
Yep.
He smiles, he says, "Perfect, I knew I could rely on you."
I pull up my
There's
dagger.
a flash of thunder, a flash of lightning, and a crackle of thunder, and you're briefly blinded for a moment. And when you wake up, you're in the camp, and you're holding your dagger like it was the rope.
Against who?
Against your dream. And that is where we'll end this episode of RPGs with high school students. Thanks for tuning in, for liking and subscribing. Follow us and keep up with our adventures. Happy gaming. Peace out.
Three.
2.
Hello, and welcome back to RPGs.
hold
God
on
damn
a
it,
second.
Carafa!
Cameo!
Get off my set.
Cameo!
Rafa cameo.
I knew there was some trick to that. I was
I
like,
need
why?
air horn.
Well, hello, and welcome to Bill Allen World. I am Wizzy, the Wizard. I'm back once again to remind you to subscribe and click on the notifications button, and also watch videos that are over there. Tune in to the next episode of whatever show you were just watching, and watch other shows featuring Bill. Okay, bye.